Hey guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to the garage. This is my 2024 Polaris RZR XP4 1000. It's the 4-seater 1000cc side-by-side. Just got this a couple weeks ago. And just kind of getting a few accessories for this. This kind of sits in my garage a little bit, so I was concerned like I need to install like a battery tender, battery minder to keep the battery charged up. Polaris recommends that if you have it sit for more than 2 weeks, you need to throw some kind of a battery tender on so that way the battery doesn't die when you go to use it. Well, the cool thing with this model is Polaris builds in a plug. They have an outlet specifically for this specific battery minder. It can plug right into it, so I don't have to wire up any kind of device to the battery. There's already a pre-wired plug right under the dash. I just plug this in and then plug it into the wall, and it'll be able to keep my battery topped up, charged, ready to go, so that way when I do go use it, I don't have to worry about a dead battery. All right, you want to make sure you check your owner's manual to see which model you need for your specific RZR or side-by-side or ATV that you're going to be using for. My owner's manual said I needed the model, it's the battery minder is the brand, and then it's model 2012-AGM. This RZR has an AGM battery, so therefore it needs an AGM charger. So you want to make sure you get the right one. Don't just get the lead acid one, make sure you get the AGM if that's required. So check your owner's manual on that. The nice thing, it's not going to overcharge it either, so it's just going to keep it topped up, slowly trickle charge it, just make sure that it's going to really maintain the battery. All right, let's get this opened up and see what we got here. So we have the main charger unit here. Comes with a, looks like a decent length of cord. And then on the other end here we have the plug that's going to plug right in. Now Polaris is right under the dash here. Polaris is pre-wired right to the battery, which is in the back seat, under the back passenger seat. They've wired in the opposite end of this plug, so this can just plug right in under the dash. I plug it right into an outlet and it's good to go. But along with this, you get also another harness that I could wire up to a battery. The cool thing is I could wire this up directly to my dirt bike battery, and so I can use this same charger for my RZR and my dirt bike if I could just swap it back and forth. Make sure they're both topped up, because a lot of these ATVs, the battery is kind of hidden in a lot of areas, and it takes taking off panels and things like that. So if you already have this wired up, it just makes plugging the charger right into the end there nice and convenient. And then we also get a set of clips that will clip onto a battery that will plug into this as well. So we've got a few options here. As far as wiring this up for the Polaris, the RZR, I don't have to do anything. If you see right under here the dash, there's this little plug, little cap here that comes off. That is where the end of the battery charger, the battery minder, just plugs right in. Plugs right in. So I'm going to plug this into an outlet, probably just run an extension cord over to here and see how it works. I'm going to just plug it into my extension cord here. Powers right up. All right, there's really nothing I have to do. Once it's plugged in, it just does its thing. It'll just keep the battery topped up, maintained, charged to the level it needs to be, and then we're all set. So this is going to be super convenient. It also has these nice tabs. See, there's a tab here and a tab on the top. Looks like you could screw that in. You could mount it somewhere. I'm not sure where I would mount it inside here. I want to be able to use this with my other vehicles as well. And so I'm not going to mount it in here. I'm just going to leave it like sitting on the seat or sitting on the ground, probably just on the floorboard or something when it's being charged. And then I can just take this off, use it on my dirt bike, for example. And then when I'm not using it, when I'm riding, I can just pull this out, leave it back here in the garage. This also has this temperature sensor on the side here that hangs off. This is going to help sense the outside temperature, so if it needs to compensate for outside temperature, like if it's really cold, it can do that, and this light will be turning on when it's doing that. So it's got a lot of cool features to it. Really just plug and play, and it's going to help keep the battery maintained. So I've got about 6 feet of cable here on the plug side, and then on the power plug side, it's another 6 feet of length. So I can even just put this down on the floor when I'm using it. I have my extension cord running right here. And one thing I thought was interesting, that when I look down through the door here, there's this small gap right here. And that's there, even though the cord is right there, it fits right there. So that's actually a good spot to run the extension cord up through. because there's already this gap right here between the door and the frame. You can just run your extension cord right there, right to the floor. All right, guys, so this is a cool accessory for the RZR. It's cool that the Polaris has already wired that in, so it's just really just plug and play. It just makes it super easy. Especially if you're not going to use your side-by-side for a week or two or a month or something, if it's just sitting in storage. You want to make sure you're maintaining your battery. If you don't, it's just going to cause premature failure to the battery, so it's cool that there's an option for this. Pretty affordable. I just picked this up on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below in the description. Stay tuned for more videos. We've got a windshield we're installing here, and then we're going to take this out to the trail and start doing some riding, so stay tuned for those videos. Guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.